Namaskar. I am Dr. Sapunti, brings you the viewpoint. Here is a clear fact-based summary of the situation around America's interest in Greenland, why some US politicians are talking about it, what Greenland really is, and how Greenland, Denmark, and others are reacting. Greenland is a vast Arctic land, the world's largest island, but it is sparsely populated. It has roughly 56,000 to 57,000 people living on about 2.16 million square kilometers of territory, most of which is covered by ice. Politically, Greenland is not an independent country. It is an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark. That means Greenland governs itself on many matters, but Denmark still controls foreign affairs and defense. Why is the US interested in Greenland? There are several reasons, and it is not just about stealing land. Greenland sits at a key spot of monitoring the Arctic and the North Atlantic, especially the GI-UK gap, that is, Greenland, Iceland, UK, which is vital for tracking military movements from Russia. The US already runs an important military installations there. P2 space base used for missile warning and space surveillance. Greenland's land under the ice is believed to contain significant natural resources. Rare earth minerals critical for electronics, military tech, renewable energy, and electric vehicles. Other metals like graphite, copper, zinc, gold, and potential oil and natural gas. The US wants to reduce dependence on China for rare earths and other strategic minerals. As Arctic ice melts, new Arctic shipping routes are becoming possible and Arctic influence among global powers is increasing. There are large deposits of rare earth elements and other minerals that could be valuable in future, but extracting them is hard and expensive because of the harsh climate, remote location, and lack of infrastructure. So, while the potential is big, full-scale mining isn't happening yet, and even Greenland doesn't want to become a massive mining hub. Is the US going to capture Greenland? Probably not. One nation cannot legally annex another country or territory by force. Denmark and Greenland are sovereign under international law. A military takeover would be an act of war and likely destroy NATO cooperation. Denmark's Prime Minister has said just that. Denmark has flatly rejected selling or ceding Greenland to the US and insists Greenland is not for sale. Most Greenlanders don't want to become part of the United States. They favor independence and, if choosing, prefer maintaining ties with Denmark rather than becoming a US state or territory. European countries, NATO partners, and other allies have criticized any talk of a forced US takeover and defended Greenland's sovereignty. So while the US politically voices interest and explores diplomatic or economic options, a military takeover of Greenland is not happening and would have massive geopolitical consequences. What are the reactions? Greenland wants to decide its own future. Many Greenlandic leaders want true independence first, not US annexation. Some local political support direct talks with the US to explore economic cooperation, but not selling sovereignty. Denmark strongly rejects any US plan to take over Greenland and emphasizes international law and warns that forced acquisition could damage NATO. Europe and NATO allies express concern about US claims, stressing respect for sovereignty and international norms. So, Greenland is not a colony, it is self-governing under Denmark. The US interest is mostly strategic and resource related, not simply greed. A US military capture is extremely unlikely and legally impossible without major conflict. Greenlanders want independence, not takeover. Denmark opposes any US attempt to seize control. And that's all for now. Thank you.